Hi, and welcome to the Mighty Crispy. So today, I've got this video of me inking the commission I did for my friend, and I approach inking like sort of drawing with a guide. I already have the pencils laid down. I'm not trying to trace like exactly where the lines are, but I'm trying to pick out the best lines to go over. I'm using a 0.5 micron pigment pen to do that for these sort of character outlines, the bolder lines. I've just found that that's a size of pen that works for me and gives me the types of line I'm looking for. I did have a set that gave me an 03, and I just found that the lines are a little bit too thin in general. Now you can see that I'm turning the page, and I'm turning the page um, to go with my natural motions. You want to use your natural arm, wrist, elbow, and finger movements in order to guide the pen smoothly. So if you have to turn the page, turn the page. If you got to get in and angle your wrist, get in and angle your wrist. Find uh, find a way to make it smooth, because when you end up getting that really kind of traced look when you don't bother making any adjustments at all. And my head's sort of in the way again, which I apologize for, but you've got to really use the advantages you have to to draw or ink effectively. Um, so another thing I wanted to talk about here was that you like, I'm not into the shading part yet. I'm just sort of going on the outlines because I'm using the one size for outlines, and then use another size of pen sort of for detail bits. You can see I left their mouths and noses and eyes left uninked. And I just use a different pen because you want to have sort of varied line thicknesses. It makes it a little more visually interesting, right? You notice like a lot of sort of current cartoons on Nickelodeon or whatever, characters have a really bold outline and then thinner lines on the inside of their bodies or whatever, so that you get a little more variation and interesting things to see. Another thing that you can do is use a light box. Now, I'm not doing it here on this picture in particular, but you can see that I have a glass desk, and actually right underneath where that page is, I went to Walmart and I bought like a stick-on uh, light. It's an LED light. Just takes AA batteries, and I've put rechargeables in there so that when it gets a little bit dull, I can put in the recharge new batteries, and it's really bright. And so I'll take a piece. So in pencils, it's a little bit hard to see. If I've done it on cardstock, if I've done it on just regular printing paper from work or whatever, it works out really well. You can see the pencils really easily through. And do it as a light box, because what ends up happening here is that I'll ink all this, and then I've got to go back and erase the pencil, and sometimes that ends up um, making the black not as dark as I might like, and then you have to go over it and that kind of thing. Um, so doing stuff with a light box can make your life a whole lot easier. Or if you've drawn something and you just want to change a couple little features and have it. I've done that for commissions for tattoos where they're like, oh, could you just change the face? And I'm like, okay, well, I've already drawn and inked it all to show you, but so I'll put the page under over the light box, and I'll be able to recreate that original shape uh, by going over it, and then just put a different face on or whatever. So the light box can be a really useful tool for that kind of thing. You notice that my camera setup isn't the best. My head's always in the way. I've got an art desk that's got like a shelf on top, and I've got two little like tubes of paper sticking out, and I balance my phone on there and zoom in a little bit and point it down at the desk. And so it ends up that my head's in the way a lot of the time because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. So if you have a setup for your uh, recording equipment, you do your videos, uh, if you want to share that with me, that would be fantastic because it'd be nice to do some videos where my head's not in the way, but it's also I'm not holding the camera with my opposite hand because that makes it even harder, right? Because I'm holding it with one hand and you don't want the page to slide around and all that kind of thing. So that sort of makes things a little bit difficult to do. So if you have any suggestions on that, that'd be great. The other thing would be like if you have sort of suggestions you want to see for videos, drawing certain characters, or how do I do this, or how do you do that. I'd be happy to accommodate that and do some videos that are a little more directed at uh, what people would want to see. Um, because I really the best part about all this kind of thing is to have interaction. Like it's nice to interact with people and get their ideas and suggestions and feedback. And so, as a way of getting some feedback, if you would like me to draw something in particular, I'm happy to do that. So you can see here, I'm just adding some of the shading in, like, oh, geez, that one's got like kneecaps and that kind of thing. And then there I'm blocking off where the shine is going to be on Catwoman's suit. Now that's something I sort of picked up from looking at comic books a lot, where you can just have little bits of white that sort of show the where the black lines would be on a drawing that's not black. And I think I get that a little bit more when I actually add all the colors in. I just do the outline here, but not all the blacks that are going to go in because I want to erase all the pencil first for the most part. So you can see I'll get a different size pen here probably. Well, I've already got it one different size pen because I was doing the little bits of shading. So I probably had the point or the 0, 1 to do this kind of stuff. Now here for sure I've got the 0, 1 to do the eyes and that because it's a very intricate little part and you don't want big fat lines. Like, not that half a millimeter is thick, but a tenth of a millimeter is even thinner. So I'm just adding some detail onto the arm of the mallet that Harley's got. So again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below or check out the blog, themightychrispy.blogspot.ca, or feel free to email me at themightychrispy@gmail.com. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and come back and I'll show you what this looks like as I color it. Thanks. Bye.